The following program is a presentation of Comcast MetroBeat TV, your TV. Comcast in your city, connecting you to the Denver metro area.
Hello everybody, I'm Tyler Lopez. If you want to find out your top 5 picks for the best view of the metro area, then stay tuned and join us here in Golden.
And here in Littleton, hi, I'm Shellene Cockrell. Don't go away. We're serving up some of our tastiest, delicious detours and sharing your favorite place to find a spectacular view of the Front Range. Today on MetroBeat Magazine. First, we're counting down to your top vote for the best view when we reveal winners 5 and 4.
Then, we're taking you to a legendary truck stop, famous for serving up the best breakfast in the metro area.
For lunch, we'll tell you where to find some of the best sandwiches in town.
Next, we'll share your number 3 and 2 picks for the top scenic spot.
And serve up a sizzling steakhouse way off the beaten path here in Aurora.
All that plus divine desserts with a healthy twist at a legendary bakery in Old Town Arvada.
And your number 1 pick for the top view in town on this edition of MetroBeat Magazine. Hundreds of you, our MetroBeat TV fans, participated in our Best View poll. Now that the results are in, we're counting down to number 1, starting with your number 5 pick. The view from City Hall in Thornton brings new meaning to the phrase, seeing the big picture. Located on one of the highest spots in the metro area, it provides miles of panoramas of the Front Range, and it offers a particularly spectacular view of downtown Denver, framed with Pikes Peak directly behind Denver's skyscrapers.
The local news channels in town have put cameras on top of City Hall, and when you're watching the local news, especially the weather segments, they will go to the view of Denver from Thornton, and so we're on the news all the time.
If you're interested in taking a look for yourself, you can check out the view from the 3rd floor lobby, or if you prefer outdoors, the best spot is the south side of City Hall.
So on a clear morning, what I really like about the view of the Denver skyline in particular is it's just so close. It feels like those mornings you can actually reach out and touch the Denver skyline. It's just awesome.
So for some spectacular sights from Thornton, check out City Hall, your number 5 pick for the best view in the metro area. Now it's time to reveal your number 4 pick for the top view in town. For a unique Rocky Mountain high, what's better than a relaxing ride on the Ferris wheel? You'll not only have fun going up, but you'll also enjoy stunning views of the Front Range and the city once you reach the top.
The view is phenomenal. We were fortunate because we were looking out towards the city with the river there and the mountains in the distance. It's gorgeous.
You can find the Big Wheel at Elitch Gardens. This local landmark has been around since 1890. These days, it's full of the standard attractions, along with plenty of world-class thrills and adventure.
Elitch Gardens is open from April to the end of October. We have lots of attractions including thrill rides, family rides, and kids rides. The Ferris wheel is the first thing you see when you walk down Main Street. It's been a landmark here at the park since 1992, and it's a great family attraction and a relaxing way to see a great view of the city.
Over 100 feet tall, the Big Wheel is a family favorite, serving up a view that keeps fans coming back for more.
It was really cool. We saw the big river, and we saw a bunch of people. Everyone looked like ants.
So if you're in search of a fun-filled ride with a fantastic view, check out the Big Wheel here at Elitch Gardens, your number 4 pick for the best view in the metro area.
"40 miles north of Denver is a landmark known to truckers, travelers, and townsfolk alike. As the only full-service truck stop between Denver and Cheyenne, Johnson's Corner is an oasis for the northbound driver heading out of the metro area. Johnson's Corner has inhabited this spot along I-25 since it first opened its doors back in 1952. In fact, it was here before the interstate was even built. The story is that after I-25 was built in the 50s, founder Joe Johnson got in touch with a very famous friend in order to get himself a ramp.
Urban legend has it that Joe was a friend of Dwight D. Eisenhower, called in a favor. Dwight contacted the state and made it easier for Joe to participate on an on-ramp.
With the completion of exit 254, Johnson's Corner really started to flourish. Joe's stepson, Chauncey Taylor, took over the truck stop with his wife, Christy, in 1994. The Taylors admit that inheriting a Colorado treasure like Johnson's Corner is not without its potholes.
Do I feel pressure? Absolutely. It's a good pressure. It's a pressure of maintaining the expectations of what people know of Johnson's Corner. It's a true Western experience where people actually treat people like friends.
And that friendly atmosphere extends not just to the local farmers and the weekend warriors on the road, but to Johnson's Corner's bread and butter, the trucker.
The truckers just love us. They get lonely when they're out on the road and everything, and they love an ear that'll listen.
The truck drivers have good reason to love the corner. They can relax in the showers and hot tubs, stretch out in the remodeled lounge, shop in a full-service convenience store, and enjoy a home-cooked meal 24 hours a day.
How you doing?
There's even a chapel on the premises, specifically designed for Sunday morning services for both the truckers and the townspeople. But if you had to pick one thing that's extra special about Johnson's Corner,
Our cinnamon rolls are just number one. There's no getting around that. I mean, most tips show it.
originally created by waitress Ida Mae Brudemeyer, the Johnson's Corner cinnamon roll had built up quite a reputation throughout the area. But after a mention in Travel and Leisure magazine in 1998, the rolls went global.
I didn't realize how important Travel and Leisure magazine was until that day, but when they picked that up, we were absolutely flooded by people coming in and requesting cinnamon rolls. Well, that brought us to a different level.
The popularity of the cinnamon rolls became so great, the Taylors had to build a separate bakery to handle the demand. In fact, at Johnson's Corner, everything is baked from scratch, from the cinnamon rolls to the hamburger buns and biscuits. But it's not just the cinnamon rolls that keep customers coming back. The Travel and Leisure article actually named Johnson's Corner as having one of the best breakfasts in the world. And the Food Network listed this as one of the top 5 truck stops in the nation. So with a brand new building, a world-famous pastry, and the best truck stop facilities in the country, Johnson's Corner promises to cater to the current and future warriors of the open road for a long time to come.
Just north of the city, right off of I-25, a man named Udi is hoping to take over the country.
We're just on the verge of exploding.
For over a decade, Udi Barone has been serving up some of the best sandwiches and specialty breads in the Denver area. While Udi has managed to make quite a name for himself here in the metro area, his unique journey began many miles away. Raised on a farm in Israel, Udi was always surrounded by the freshest foods.
And it's just part of the daily life in Israel at that time.
Following a mandatory stint in the Israeli army, Udi pursued a career in the world of business, but he wasn't happy.
You know, I never really liked anything that I did, particularly. I was not really good in anything.
He married his wife, Fern, and soon they moved to the United States. For Udi, the transition to America was pretty smooth, except for one thing.
The only real problem I had is food. It really was the food was the hardest thing to get used to. And here, all the bread that I could find was in plastic bags, and most of it pre-sliced.
Udi has traveled all over the world, tasting the finest breads and desserts. His desire to find the perfect loaf in Denver, however, wasn't easy.
I was a customer of bakeries, but I was such an obnoxious customer that bakeries didn't want to do business with me.
So Udi decided to go into business for himself.
About 15 years ago, I realized that I gotta do this for a living.
Soon he went from being Udi, the sandwich guy at the North Glen Mall, to the owner of an ever-growing brand of handcrafted foods.
Udi's shop here in North Denver is unique because there's no wall separating the dining area from the bakery. So while you're eating your sandwich, you can watch the bread masters at work.
We really wanted to create a place that you feel you sit inside the bakery and you can eat, breathe, and feel the way that we are actually creating the bread.
Udi's executive baker, Maurizio Negrini, is a third-generation baker from Italy. He appreciates Udi's absolute passion for bread.
And he understood that the main ingredient in a sandwich is bread. And he really likes to eat bread. So that's, it couldn't be better for me because he really has an understanding for bread.
Udi has time to devote to his passion because he's surrounded himself with people he can trust, his family. His wife, Fern, is in charge of the computer networking. Son Itai manages the day-to-day operations, and his daughter Robin is the executive chef at his Stapleton Bistro. He even makes room for the next generation of Barones.
We already teach them, we have them work on the bench once in a while.
In the last 3 years, Udi and his team have realized that in order to grow the business nationally, they need a product with a nice long shelf life, hence Udi's granola.
So right now, we are in 20 states. We are in about 400 stores nationwide.
And Udi feels there's still room to grow.
Our goal is to be at least $10 million in granola within the next 6 years. Now, I don't know if it's achievable.
With Udi's friends and family close at hand, you can count on one thing. Like his bread, his empire will continue to rise.
Coming up next, we're serving up a tasty slice of Colorado's cowboy past at a sizzling steakhouse that's not only historic, it's said to be haunted.
It is haunted. I've actually seen the ghost.
Plus, we're serving up more spectacular sights. We'll reveal your number 3 and number 2 picks for the best view in the metro area.
But first, remember, MetroBeat TV is your TV. We get our story ideas from you, so tell us what you want to see. Simply log on to MetroBeat.tv and click on MetroBeat Magazine. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's all about you and where you live. It's Comcast MetroBeat TV, your TV. That's why we want you to help us serve up the most divine and decadent desserts in the metro area. Check out our best of poll and tell us your top dessert spot in town. Simply go to MetroBeat.tv to cast your vote. The top 5 winning spots will be featured on MetroBeat Magazine. Discover the very best of the Denver metro area. Tune into your TV, Comcast MetroBeat TV, on Comcast Channel 8 or on demand and MetroBeat.tv anytime.
Throughout today's show, we're counting down to your number 1 pick for the best view of the metro area. Now it's time to find out who came in third. Anyone can enjoy the view here outside of Littleton's Municipal Courthouse, but it's the view from the top that you really want to see. And the best way to see it is really quite simple. In fact, you don't even have to leave your house. Just log on to the City of Littleton's website and click on Cupola Cam for a bird's eye view from the top of the courthouse. There are over 30 locations that you can navigate, from Main Street to Mount Evans and Red Rocks to Squaw Mountain. There's even an official Cupola Cam greeting site right here in front of the courthouse. So for your own panoramic view from Littleton, check out the Cupola Cam, your number 3 pick for the best view in the metro area. Now it's time to reveal your number 2 top spot for the best view in town. On a clear day, the view from downtown Denver's Pinnacle Club is truly breathtaking. It spans over 10,000 miles of snow-capped peaks and prairie, taking in 200 mountains, including Pikes Peak.
There's no view like it in the world of the Rocky Mountains, and it's 7,500 square miles of beautiful landscaping, and to put that in perspective, it's the equivalent of the state of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Delaware put together.
Located on the 37th and 38th floor of the Grand Hyatt Denver's Tower, the Pinnacle Club's conference and ballrooms offer a view that's not only far-reaching, it could also be a record breaker.
We're working with Guinness Book of Records to try and register it. It's a brand new category, so we're not sure of our success rate, but we think it's unique.
But unless you're attending an event, you can't enjoy this sweeping panorama. That's why you'll want to check out the other downtown Hyatt and Peaks Lounge. Located on the 27th floor of the new Hyatt Regency at the Convention Center, this cozy bar serves up beautifully prepared appetizers and desserts, along with plenty of exotic drinks. And, of course, an equally stunning view of the metro area.
It's just a unique venue. Denver, Colorado has a lot of great restaurants and nightclubs, but being up here on the 27th floor, people just feel like they can get away and have a drink, look out the window, and enjoy the beautiful mountains and the wonderful city lights at night.
So for some sensational sights from the top of the town, check out Peaks Lounge or the Pinnacle Club, your number 2 picks for the best view in the metro area. Cheers.
At the end of this long stretch of road, off the beaten path, lies a slice of Colorado's cowboy past. Emmeline's Sirloin House has been serving up quality cuts of beef to cowboys and cowpokes alike for nearly 50 years. Jay Lombardi has owned this steak joint for a little more than a decade with his sister Karen, but he's been working here since he was 11.
As a matter of fact, I got so good at scrubbing toilets that I still do it to this day. I'm actually the janitor in this place on Sundays.
Jay and Karen's parents bought the steakhouse in 1972, and the brother and sister team have been running around here ever since.
Back when I was like 8 and 19 years old, after getting out of college and stuff, I was like, oh, I'm never going to be a waitress. Never am I going to do that in my life. And you learn to eat your own words.
Karen's dad and mom were named Emil and Charlene, hence the name Emmeline's. When Emil decided to retire, he trusted his young'uns to carry on the tasty tenderloin tradition.
When he turned 65, he was going to retire no matter what. And he did. And he said, don't come and ask me any questions because I ain't going to touch nothing. You can make your own mistakes because that's the only way you learn. So, I mean, it's been very challenging, very challenging.
But it's also been very rewarding to both Karen and Jay.
It never ceases to amaze me. I think sometimes it's a magical little place.
This magical little place out in the woods of Aurora actually dates back to the early 1900s. Stories abound as to how it was a stop along the old stagecoach route into Denver, but it's also had a life as a roadhouse hideaway, featuring gambling, booze, and broads. In 1958, an eccentric gambler and man about town named Frank Emmerling transformed the site into a premier steakhouse. Before long, cowboys, ranchers, and rodeo stars from across the country were making their way to this little building 20 miles outside of Denver in search of the famous Frankie Emmerling's Steakhouse. In fact, every year around stock show time, the restaurant still fills up with the sounds and smells of cowboys. Business took off so quickly in the 60s that Frankie needed more room. Only problem was, there was a tree in the way.
One day he just decided he needed to add on to this place. It wasn't big enough. And he built the room around the tree, and it became Frankie's trunk room.
The trunk room isn't the only timeless element at Emmeline's. There's also a 3-foot-tall pepper mill that takes 4 hands to operate. And don't look around for menus. The waitresses run down the list for each table.
Filet mignon in a 5, 9, or 12 ounce. We've also got a 24-ounce T-bone.
John Turgeon has been cooking at Emmeline's for nearly 12 years.
Spend the money, get good meat. If you buy cheap meat, a cook is only as good as their ingredients, you know.
John sears the steak on a griddle to seal in the juices, then lets it cook on the charcoal until it hits just the right temperature. John's attention to detail is not lost on the customers. Darryl Pigeon is a longtime cattleman, so he knows good beef when he tastes it.
Denver is blessed with a lot of good steakhouses, and this is certainly amongst the top of them. I always enjoy coming here.
Emmeline's has one other customer that makes a long trip to her doors. Only this visitor comes from the great beyond.
It is haunted. I've actually seen the ghost a couple times. There are so many stories of customers that have seen somebody sitting at a table, but there really is nobody there. I have seen the ghost actually move a whole set of silverware all around the table. Jay has seen it as well.
Aside from visitors from the great beyond, Emmeline's caters to all walks of life.
Doesn't matter if you have a cowboy hat on, a suit on, or a pair of chaps on. You're going to get the same service because everybody that walks through the door should be a VIP. And that's how we try and treat them all as a VIP.
So whether you arrive by stagecoach, train, or horseback, Emmeline's Sirloin House promises you a memorable, family-owned Colorado cowboy experience for years to come.
Coming up next, we'll tell you where to find some divine desserts with a healthy twist.
Then, we'll reveal the winner of our MetroBeat TV Best View poll.
But first, be sure to check out our latest poll. Simply log on to our website at MetroBeat.tv to vote. Remember, this is your TV, so tell us what you want to see. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's all about you and where you live. It's Comcast MetroBeat TV, your TV. That's why we want you to help us serve up the most divine and decadent desserts in the metro area. Check out our best of poll and tell us your top dessert spot in town. Simply go to MetroBeat.tv to cast your vote. The top 5 winning spots will be featured on MetroBeat Magazine. Discover the very best of the Denver metro area. Tune into your TV, Comcast MetroBeat TV, on Comcast Channel 8 or on demand and MetroBeat.tv anytime.
For Ed Dimmer, it's another long day of baking.
It's not like the meat industry. I have all my digits. They're all there.
For almost 20 years, Ed and his wife, Mauro, have owned the Rhinelander German Bakery in Arvada's Old Town.
I really love the bakery.
It's really fun. I mean, I enjoy baking. Who doesn't? And you can eat your product. And the people that come in are always happy when they leave.
The Dimmers are preparing some of their most popular items, such as German plum cake.
This is one of the highlights of German baking.
Ed Dimmer's parents opened the bakery in 1963 after coming to this country from Germany. Ed, on the right, and his brother were involved with the bakery as youngsters, serving customers.
There's still many customers that remember me from those days. I would have been wearing Birkenstock and leather pants. I still wear the Birkenstock. The leather pants I don't think are as practical as they were at the time.
Ed didn't decide to enter the family business until after his junior year at the University of Colorado. That's where he met Mauro, a Greek from the island of Cyprus.
We actually met on Valentine's Day. A lot of friends were going to a party, and that's the first time we met.
They married almost 20 years ago and have lived over the bakery ever since. Mauro and Ed can easily escape to their home just a few seconds away, and there's virtually no commute to work.
I have no road rage when I get to work. About the only thing I need to do is stumble to the cappuccino machine.
Ed and Mauro Dimmer start their day at 5 a.m., coming downstairs to the bakery from their apartment. They work till 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
We love what we do, so to me it's not very difficult.
They bake from scratch, filling their display cases with strudel, torts, pastries, and Mauro's specialty, hand-decorated cookies.
Anytime you come in, we have at least 300 different products and about 100 different cakes that you can choose from.
It reminds me of Europe and all the stuff they have, all the breads and cookies.
My family used to come in here when I was a kid, so whenever I get in the area, I like to stop by and get some treats for my wife.
Rhinelander's treats include something rare in the bakery business, sugar-free and gluten-free items, which of course were created by Mauro and Ed.
The line is named Sweet Deliverance because that's what it says. It delivers us from sugar and from carbs.
The angel logo was an idea of a customer who's a cancer survivor, but the true inspiration behind the sugar-free line was Mauro. She started looking for healthier alternatives after she survived ovarian cancer a few years ago.
It was an ordeal, but we made it through, I think, really much stronger now than we were before.
And there's no plans for retirement.
I'm not exactly sure what I would do. I mean, this is a great hobby. So I can go fishing and hiking and I still can bake. So why not do both?
No, we're having too much fun to give that thought right now. I'm thinking another 20 years, maybe you come back and ask me again. another 20 years for sure.
Throughout our show, we've been counting down to your #1 pick for the best view. Now it's time to reveal the winner. Yes, the votes are in. And Lookout Mountain here in Golden, Colorado is your top spot to see a stunning view of the Front Range. Besides the great views, this 110-acre park includes a nature center and, of course, Buffalo Bill's grave.
Well, he was buried here in 1917. According to our records, he specifically asked to be buried up here. There's some other folks that don't agree with that, but that's another story.
Born in 1846, William F. Cody experienced the Old West to its fullest. He herded cattle, worked on a wagon train, mined for gold, rode in the Pony Express, and scouted for the Army. His skill as a buffalo hunter gained him the nickname Buffalo Bill.
In 1872, Buffalo Bill started appearing on stage. So he appeared at places like Central City Opera House. In 1883, he decided, let's go the whole way. Let's add animals and lots of performers, and that's when he started the big outdoor arena show that we call the Buffalo Bill's Wild West. Buffalo Bill basically became one of the most important translators of the West, telling people about what the West was, exploring the myth and adding to the myth. So that today, much of what we look upon as the Old West or the mythical West is something that Buffalo Bill promoted in his shows.
You can learn all about the lifetimes and legend of William F. Cody here at the Buffalo Bill Memorial Museum.
In the museum, you see a lot of Buffalo Bill's posters, you see his show outfits, saddles, firearms, as well as some extremely significant Native American or Indian materials, including Sitting Bull's headdress.
So for a true taste of the Old West and a spectacular view that even Buffalo Bill couldn't resist, pack up the kids and head up to Lookout Mountain, your #1 pick for the best view in the metro area.
This is one of the best views you're going to find along the Front Range. It really is. We're within 30 minutes of downtown Denver, and when you stand up here to the west, you see the snow-capped Rocky Mountains of the Continental Divide. When you look to the east, you see Denver and Golden spread out at your feet. It's wonderful.
If you'd like to find out more about any of the stories we featured on today's show, log on to MetroBeat.tv and click on MetroBeat Magazine. Back here at Lookout Mountain, I had a great time enjoying the view and learning all about Buffalo Bill. And Shellene, since you couldn't be here, I did pick up a souvenir. It's an official Buffalo Bill t-shirt. Should look great with cowboy boots.
Thanks, Tyler. It's just what I've always wanted. I'm here enjoying the awesome view from Peaks Lounge, and I've got the tough job of deciding which one of these desserts I'm going to eat as soon as we're through here. So thanks to all of you at home for joining us. In downtown Denver, I'm Shellene Cockrell.
And here on Lookout Mountain, I'm Tyler Lopez. Be sure to tune in next time for another edition of MetroBeat Magazine. We'll see you then.
This program was a cooperative presentation of Comcast Cable and Your City. Comcast MetroBeat TV, your TV, connecting you to the Denver metro area. It's all about you and where you live. It's Comcast MetroBeat TV, your TV. That's why we want you to help us serve up the most divine and decadent desserts in the metro area. Check out our best of poll and tell us your top dessert spot in town. Simply go to MetroBeat.tv to cast your vote. The top 5 winning spots will be featured on MetroBeat Magazine. Discover the very best of the Denver metro area. Tune into your TV, Comcast MetroBeat TV, on Comcast Channel 8 or on demand and MetroBeat.tv anytime. Tune into your TV, Comcast MetroBeat TV, and people to watch.
On our next edition, why a local guitar maker wants Johnny Depp to star in his life story. And one woman's tireless mission to help the homeless. I'm Bertha Lynn. Join us for the inside story on Scott Baxendale and Leslie Foster, two fascinating people to watch.
Thursday nights at 8:30 and Sundays at 12:30 on Comcast Channel 8 or on demand anytime, only on MetroBeat TV. It's local, entertaining, interactive, and it's all about you and where you live. It's Comcast MetroBeat TV, your TV. Simply go to MetroBeat.tv, share your ideas, and find out more about our Emmy Award-winning lineup of local programs.
We get our story ideas from you, so tell us what you want to see. Tune into your TV, Comcast MetroBeat TV, on Comcast Channel 8, or on demand and MetroBeat.tv anytime.